The last quarter that I had, like regular quarter, was 2 years ago, winter. I came out with 3 Fs and a D at that time. But basically just from all these like different things happening, it was just on top of other things happening, from family situations, multiple in my first year that took me away from dealing with school as well. I lost my father in my senior year of high school, and I never had time to work through it. As soon as my dad started getting sick, I was almost like ready, saying like, oh, I don't need to go to college right away. I can work and we can help hold the house. And turns out we were able to kind of hold the house one way or another. But I was still supposed to just graduate right away, get a job, and go help with the house. And the engineering was going to help with that because of something getting me into higher paying and everything. And of course, that hasn't happened yet, and we're still managing to hold on over there. But that's still something I need to go help take care of. And I had to kind of step up in the family, despite being the youngest. And university happens, and then like a friend had passed away right before my senior year. There was the shooting junior year, and just all the things that were kind of just reminding me of the grief that I'd never dealt with, along with all the stress and never having time to stop, always in a summer quarter, always dealing with some stupid bugs or some other random like financial thing. Like the water heater exploded and they charged like $500 on electricity like the other year, It just was really taking its toll. I dropped out of school for a bit. I just came back this quarter actually. And in the interim, I never went home because it was just like, it was kind of like I didn't want to face my family or talk to anyone about it sort of thing. Ended up working at a sports authority during that time at, just minimum wage, $10 an hour, doing the warehouse, like off the truck, stocking, and customers and everything. Because I worked at sports authority over the past like year-ish, the school just assumes I'm like just drowning in money. And my FAFSA was turned in a little late because I wasn't at school and I wasn't like on top of the deadlines. It was, I don't get the reminders anymore. I'm practically afraid to even just get a wage job again because they're denying me financial aid for having had one and for having worked, and they're punishing me for it. And I think there's a few under the table jobs you can kind of get around here, and I'm asking a friend to like who does have one to like put a word out for me, and see whatever hours I can get around there, because like I don't have a choice essentially in what I'm gonna be like trying to survive here and everything. The current loans are only enough for half of the tuition for the quarter, which means no money for books, food, living. There's only so many times I can try to get an emergency grant or like keep asking them to no, I do need more money to stay here. And hopefully the FAFSA decisions can get reversed and I can get maybe a grant or just more loans. Honestly, just give me a few more thousand in loans. I don't mind anymore. Because I was filling out the questionnaire, I found out how to check how much debt I'm in. It said about 31,000. And I've got another year to add on top of that, so we'll see what happens. The debt seems almost arbitrary to me because one, I don't have a choice. Two, I know if things were the same way tomorrow and I was out of school, it would be crippling, but I'm not out of school yet, and I don't know how things are going to be in a year and a half. But I've just become almost numb to it all. I'm going to keep working on the best method, means possible, to do that through whatever means that ends up having to be. And my goal that I want to do will be in education and in empowerment, especially communities at young ages and everything. But whatever the form of that will be found out as I keep going, because I don't have the means to find it out anyway. So 5-year, 10-year plans seem kind of arbitrary and worthless right now, which I don't normally like being like that, but what else am I gonna do?